Dear students, in the previous video already we have completed the ancient history and medieval history. Now we are going to see the modern period of world. See, in this modern world, there are many things changed. See, during the modern period, not only India but also other countries of the world witnessed several important developments which shaped the future course of action for the entire world. Let us explore some of these development in detail in this lesson. See here, already we have studied in olden days, in ancient history, we studied people were using all stone tools. They were living in caves and people were living on the large tree barks. And they were wearing animal skins and large leaves of the trees as their dresses. See, gradually several developments occurred in the life of the people. Now, we are wearing all modern dresses with beautiful colors. Different types of dresses such as jeans pant, t-shirt, regular pant shirts, saris, chudidar, salwar kameez, like that, several types of designs. And vehicle also, once they were using only the bullock carts. In earlier time, in ancient time, they were walking simply. Now you see we are using very good vehicles, cars, buses, two-wheelers, different types of two-wheelers we are using. These are all the development occurred in the course of time in the world. Human invented several things for our convenient life, and we are using it very nicely and we are enjoying it in our life. Renaissance. The term Renaissance refers to rebirth or revival. As the name suggested, the Renaissance marks the period of revival of European arts and literature between the 14th century and 17th centuries. It is characterized by the emergence of independent thinking and reasoning amongst the people, which impacted the ideas of the people across the globe. See, Renaissance means rebirth. In Tamil, they used to say Marumalarchi, invention of new things. Between 14th and 17th century, in European countries, in art and literature mainly, there were several new things introduced. Literature, new varieties of books, new books with new ideas, new stories, art, different types of artistic works were emerged in Europe. This gradually took the European countries to modernization of industries. That is Renaissance. Everything has been changed in European countries between 14th and 17th century. This development gradually spreaded all over the world. All the developments were spreading all over the world. Now we are enjoying an entire modern life. Renaissance means rebirth, that means revival, invention of new things, introduction of new things, introduction of new ideas in the world, new type of thinking in each and every activity of the human being, in production of textile, in production of furniture, in production of everything, new ideas, new thinkings were introduced. Independent thinking. People were allowed to think independently, to invent new things and introduce in the production process. Invention of electricity is a very important thing which affected, that means, which made the Industrial Revolution a big one. Industrial Revolution. The Industrial Revolution refers to rapid development of industries. Rapid means gradually, one by one. Rapid development of industries in Europe particularly. In Europe, in British particularly, it has been started in Europe. British in the country at European continent. See, particularly this rapid development obtained in Britain brought about by the introduction of machineries during the 18th century. During 18th century, new varieties of machineries have been introduced in England, in Britain, to produce goods particularly. The development of industries led to mass production of manufactured goods. Mass production means what? once the machines were introduced in production, the quantity of the commodities produced in these factories and industries were very large in number. Mass means large in number. First time in Britain, large machines were introduced and a large quantity of goods were produced. So they were searching for markets to sell all these products. That is why they invented many other countries like India, and they were trying to sell their products, and they were selling their products in our nations. They were purchasing all the raw materials from our country and they brought it to their country, and they produced all finished goods and they sold it back to our people in our nation. Particularly you take cotton. Cotton was growing in India. India was one of the largest producer of cotton. British government, they were taking all cotton from Indian farmers and they brought it to England, Britain, and they were making fine quality of cotton dresses, and again they brought it to India and they were selling. Cotton is a raw material. Shirt, cotton cloth is the finished good. They brought that finished good cotton back to India and they were selling here. So this is the picture of the olden industries. So as first time the manufacturing industries were introduced, all machines in Britain, the quantity produced in these countries were very large in amount, and they were producing large quantity of commodities. As their population was very less that time, they were searching for the markets to sell all these products. That is why they invented India and many other world countries, and they were selling all products in our nation. Once the machines were introduced in the production, quantity of production was increased and also time also reduced. See, in India, once the cloths were woven by hand, it took a lot of time and lot of human efforts to weave 1 meter of cloth. When British people using machines, they produced a large quantity of commodities in a shorter time. This is very important. Dear students, as we discussed previously, the modern history started at 18th century. So when Mughal kings were ruling in India, it was the medieval period. Before 18th century, it was medieval period. The decline of medieval period or the emergence of modern period marked by the decline of Mughal king. When Mughal king declined means defeated by the British, it marked the beginning of modern period. The British started ruling the full India after defeating the Mughal kingdom. It starts at the 18th century. Okay, let us see the nationalism. See, when the modern period emergence, even during the medieval period at the time of Mughal king, there were many European countries entering into India for trade, particularly British and Spain. Other than that, France and other European countries also entered into India. Mainly, British and France entered into India for trade. I told you, large quantity of commodities are produced in their industries. To sell those commodities, they entered into India, mainly British and Spain. Okay. Let us see nationalism. When European countries entering into India, and they were gradually started ruling the Indian parts, defeating the Indian kings one by one, Chera, Chola, Pandya in Tamil Nadu and Mughal kingdoms in North India, Hyder Ali, Tipu Sultan, Shivaji, Shivaji dynasty in Maharashtra and several other places were defeated by the British, and they were capturing the Indian states one by one and started ruling it. At the beginning of 19th century, nationalism emerged in India. What is nationalism? Nationalism is identification with one's own nation and support its interests. It emerged in the 19th century in Europe. In India, the spirit of nationalism was strengthened when the people started challenging the centralization and misuse of power by British in the late 19th century. The late 19th century, Indian people realized that the British were misusing their powers in India and they were exploiting their wealth. They exploiting the wealth of India. So this nationalist feeling emerged in the minds of Indian people. Nationalism is identification with one's own nation and support its interest. That means we feel India is our nation. Why British should rule in India? We wanted to send them out. Freedom fight started. This is nationalism. So this feel of nationalism has been spreaded gradually in the minds of the Indian people. And gradually, the spirit of this nationalism emerged. And one by one, the people started fighting against the British to get freedom. Previously, the kings, the different kings were fighting for their own freedom. For example, different kings, Mughal kingdom means for their kingdom they were fighting against the British. For the freedom of their own kingdom they were fighting. Same way, Maharashtra, Odisha and different places, old name, Orissa, different states were fighting. Different small kings were fighting to get freedom for their own small country alone, not for the entire India. Sources of modern period. So, how do we know all about the past? That is history, already we discussed. And what had happened in India during British rule, how do we know? See, the British people, they were maintaining several records for each and every action, for each and every transaction. The British people, they were preparing official records. These official records are available in the old libraries of our country still. See, when we get freedom to reconstruct the modern period, to reconstruct in the sense to modify, to achieve development in the modern period, these old sources of records were very useful for us. There were several government records available in our country, such as official records, papers, documents, letters, old books, literature books written by the people, old newspapers, old architectures. We have Taj Mahal, Red Fort and several other old buildings in our country. And these are all the important sources to find out the past. Particularly the magazines issued in the olden times containing several information about the old time, the past periods, about the medieval periods and before that. These magazines having several information. And there were traveler books. Traveler means many people came to India from other countries and they also wrote some books. So as I told you, British government maintained several records. So these official records taking place under their administration in India. Therefore, there is a large amount of official data for the British period in India. The British ensured that all official paperwork was carefully documented and preserved. Preserved means saving. Save பண்ணி வைக்கிறது. A large volume of these official records of British period can be found at National Archives. National Archives means the old libraries where the olden records are saved. Still it is available in our country. National Archives of India based in New Delhi. The Indian Office of Record in London has also maintained official records of British India. There is an office called the Indian Office of Records in London. They are also maintaining all records of British rule in India. They are maintaining all such records. So when we go through these records are very helpful for us to find out what were the things going on during the British rule, in what ways and all Indian people were suffering, and in what way the British were ruling in India, what type of administration were used, what type of taxes were collected from Indian people, and what type of administrative system, police system, telegram system, and other military system, how those things were followed, and how British were capturing the Indian states one by one. All such things are very clear for us when we go through all these records. Based on these records, our past history was written and we are reconstructing our modern India. Reconstructing in the sense, we are modifying the modern India based on the rules and regulations, the systems followed by the British during the British rule in here. So there are some official records used during British rule are attached here for your reference. Letters written and the documents maintained, bills issued, some of such things are attached here and you can see it for your reference. These things are very useful for Indian government to reconstruct our modern. Dear students, already we have discussed how books, newspapers and magazines are very important to know about the past. In modern period, printing facilities were easily accessible to the people. See, the oldest newspapers, magazines are giving very good information about the past. But these things are giving information only about the educated people, because newspapers and magazines can be read only by the educated people. So, old newspapers, books, magazines are giving information only about the educated class, not about the poor people mainly. So we can know about the lifestyle of the educated people, whether rich or poor, but the educated people, through the newspaper, magazines and books. There are several newspapers, old newspapers, magazines, books are stored in the Indian archives, the old library, and still these things are available for reference, and we can know about all life of style about the past. Then architecture also very important. The oldest buildings. Now we have Taj Mahal, Red Fort, Qutub Minar, several other old buildings. These old buildings are also giving wonderful information about the past. The Rashtrapati Bhavan, where the President of India is staying, the building, the Parliament House, where the parliamentary meeting or central government meetings are being conducted, are constructed by the British. Mainly the Rashtrapati Bhavan and Parliament buildings are constructed by the British rule, by the British. So these two buildings are explaining about the architectural style of the British. These two buildings are in the style of British architecture. They are constructed in the style of British architecture. In Rashtrapati Bhavan, our President of India is staying. And in Parliament building, the central government ministry meetings are conducted, and they are running the government in that Parliament building. So these two are very important, and these two buildings are in the style of British architecture, and which explains the testimony of the British rule in India. That means how powerfully they were ruling in India. These buildings are showing for us. And next, let us discuss. So, from these architectural sources, there are many tablets. Tablet means culvert. The olden buildings containing several tablets. A tablet means culvert. From that also, we are getting several information about the past life, how kings were ruling, and what style of rule they were following, and what type of taxes they were collecting. All sources of information we are getting from it. And accounts of travelers. Accounts of traveler means many travelers coming from other country to India. They were writing several books about India, mainly during the medieval period, and they were coming even in the modern period. The travelers are coming from other countries, and they were writing several books about India. So when we go through these books, we can understand the lifestyle of the people and how the things were going on in the people. All old information we are getting from these books also. These books are also very important for the reconstruct of modern history. Reconstruct means what? To invent new things, to modernize everything in India. That is reconstruct. Reconstruct of modern history means to reconstruct means, construct means kattudal. Reconstruct, making everything new, introducing new technology, introducing new lifestyle, introducing all new ideas in each and every aspect of the life of the people and in the Indian nation. So the accounts means here books. The travelers who came from other country as a tourist, they also wrote several books. They are called accounts of travelers. These accounts of travelers also very helpful for the reconstruction of our Indian history.